Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Doing LBM Things. I'm LBM, and today we've got a great video for you. It's changing the rear differential fluid on my F80 M3. It's something I've never done before. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you like the content. If it's helpful for you, let me know down in the comments below, but let's get started. First off, I've got the car up on rhino ramps to make it easier for access to get the jack underneath and raise the vehicle from the central jack point. I'm going to be using 4 jack stands with aluminum Berger tuning blocks for the jack points on the vehicle. I'll be using the mityvac fluid dispensing system. It comes with quick disconnects as well as a fluid dispensing wand. It'll make this job clean and simple. Basically, you just pump it up and then you just flip the nozzle and it's ready to go. I'll show you more here on the quick disconnect system. Here's the quick disconnect. Pretty much you take this end here, push it in, and it locks in. That's it. Flick this down and it pops out. It's that easy. That's how quickly you can connect and disconnect this system. It also has the same quick disconnect here for the wand. This is your dispensing wand. I'll be using the rear differential fluid here. The part numbers will be listed in the description of this video. If you can see back there, there's some MTF fluid. That's for a future video. We're going to be doing the manual transmission fluid change. Moving on, we've got a set of hex drives here. These are low profile hex drives. The one you'll need is a 14 millimeter. Both the fill and the drain plugs are the same size. Got your eye protection. It's a must to have. This is a great tool. It's actually a light that wraps around your head, and that way you could have it constantly on and it'll be aimed wherever you're looking. This is a torque wrench and you want it set to 60 Newton meters. I don't know if you can read that there. So let's discuss the process. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna screw the top of this, fill it up with our rear axle fluid. The car is gonna go up on jacks to a height that's comfortable so we can get in and out from underneath it. We will then remove the fill plug first, then the drain plug. Because if you can't get the fill plug undone, if it's seized and you've already drained the fluid, you've got yourself in a little serious situation there. After that, we'll drain the fluid into a pan. It takes about 1.5 liters to fill the rear differential. So I'm going to run maybe about 1/4 liter through the rear differential with the fill and drain plug open to kind of rinse the inside of it with clean fluid. Then I'm going to close the drain plug and then fill it up. After that, we'll just button it up, and that's pretty much everything. Let's get started. Okay, welcome back. The vehicle is safely jacked up. For safety, I've added this safe jack right here in the rear, just in case. You can never be too safe. I've got my drain pan here. That is the fill plug. We're going to remove that first. That right there is the drain plug. That was a lot harder than I thought. The bolts were screwed on super tight. It's only supposed to be 60 Newton meters, but I guess being on this confined space, it feels a lot tighter than that. We'll let this drain for a bit. I'm gonna change my gloves and get set up to fill it up, which means pumping up the mityvac. The fluid is already filled in there. I'll just let this drain for a little bit. Here's the mityvac. We're gonna use this pressure gauge to pump it up to about 10 PSI, 11 maybe. Make sure that the valve right here is in the closed position. So it's in the closed position right now. That's open, that's closed. So we're gonna pump this up to about 10 PSI. There we go. So ready to go. We'll take this under, use the dispensing wand. I love this thing. Dispensing wand. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we are back underneath the vehicle. We're gonna use this dispensing wand and dispense about 1/4 liter of differential fluid in here and just letting it drain out. Just to like rinse anything that's inside there with fresh fluid. So we'll let that drain out a bit. The fluid is very dirty. I don't know if you could see that, but it is extremely dirty. It's draining relatively slowly here. I'm going to clean this up. So we'll set the torque to 60 Newton meters. And that's that. 60.6, not bad. And then we'll begin filling by simply turning the valve and opening it up. So some of you may be interested. The little fluid that I put in there, it used about 1 psi. This thing is very efficient in terms of pushing fluid for a certain pressure. So we're just gonna fill this up and you'll see when it's filled because it begins to flow out of the fill plug. All right, let's go. There it goes. I'm not gonna bore you with this fill process, so we'll be back in a moment. Okay, so the diff is filled right now. You can see it's running out, so I'm gonna turn this off and pull this out. Wipe this off here. Turn off this pressure. Move this light out of the way just a bit. Okay. Turn on my torque wrench. Nice. 60.5. And that concludes changing the rear differential fluid